There used to be plenty of ICE agents. Before all this, there were lots of them. But those were the real deal regular officers. But now, the guys grabbing people off the streets, those are basically temps. Man, can't you tell they're temps? They even admit it themselves. In Minnesota, a lot of those guys enforcing the law are temporary hires. Just picked up off the street, the kind getting paid a daily rate. You fly from Vancouver to the US, every airport has ICE. But those are legit career ICE agents. Texas, California. They all have ICE because of the border. Those guys have been doing it their whole lives. They're veteran officers, highly professional, and they don't cover their faces. But now ICE has exploded in numbers. The real regular force is small, but suddenly they're everywhere. You're telling me those aren't temporary hires? Don't give me that bullshit. If they weren't temps, would they make those kinds of mistakes? Look at those 2 times they beat people to death. Does that look professional to you? You guys act like Trump's shit doesn't stink. Fuck that. Wrong is wrong. ICE has been incredibly unprofessional during this process. They took a situation that should have been righteous and above board, and they turned it into a clusterfuck, where they look like the bad guys. They instigated new conflicts where there shouldn't have been any. And why the hell did you shoot that guy? He didn't have a gun. I'm not even talking about the woman right now, but you killed the guy too. You claim he had a gun. He didn't even touch it. Another officer had already taken it away. It probably fell during the scuffle and got secured. He was unarmed. Why shoot him? It's pointless. If he was resisting with a weapon, fine, but he wasn't. You're just, is what Trump doing, right? You think deporting people is fine, but paying $300 a head or whatever. What is this? When that gets executed at the bottom level, it's going to get twisted, guaranteed. If he is so tough, why didn't he just replace the ICE leadership? Look, when American stuff is wrong, you gotta criticize it. You can't just say the moon is rounder in America while it is square in China. That's bullshit. As a human being living in this world, you need your own opinion, right? Is right? Wrong is wrong. Just because it's America doesn't make it automatically right. Americans make plenty of mistakes, and historically, America has been brave enough to admit when it's screwed up. Now, I have huge issues with how the Democrats wrecked this country. I'm full of complaints about that. Seattle, San Francisco, Louisiana, these beautiful cities got turned into shitholes by them. Drug addicts, homeless people, illegal immigrants, they just let it rot. Tents everywhere, just chaos. And they don't care. They don't shelter them, they don't deport them, they don't clean it up, and they don't help them. They just let it fester, people robbing stores. They don't care. California really doesn't give a damn. As long as the robbery is under a certain amount, they don't prosecute. That's Kamala Harris's work, that broad. Didn't I curse them out back then? Of course I did. Trump comes in to clean up the mess, and I support that. But you can't use these kinds of people to do it. It's a good cause, but you're sending in hooligans. That's wrong. I'm telling you, that is wrong. You're using one type of scumbag to fix another type of scumbag. That is absolutely not the way. You're just going to make the divide even bigger. If your ICE numbers are low, use the federal military, use the army, help them enforce the law, because soldiers have strict discipline and training. They are professionals. You absolutely cannot just hire randoms off the street. That's a no-go. You push it too far, and this is what happens. You started out on the moral high ground, and now look, you're in a street brawl. And is your enforcement even effective? No, because these guys are amateurs, so there is no real force behind it. The federal army is yours. The president can use the military. How was Nixon able to use the army to escort black kids to school? Because it was the right thing to do. It was justice. It symbolized American progress and self-correction. Of course, you have the right to use your highest power for that. The 82nd Airborne in Little Rock, that was a righteous, powerful force. You're clearing out illegal immigrants. That should be the work of a righteous force. Instead, it's just thugs fighting thugs. It's a mess. Exactly. Minnesota was already chaotic. You send a bunch of rookie ICE agents in there. It's going to be a total disaster. You can't control a place like Minnesota with guys like that. The opposition there, the Democrats, the leftists, is incredibly strong, and it seems like it's tied to the business of illegal immigration. It's about money. There are huge groups of immigrants from certain African countries entrenched there, running fake refugee aid centers, daycares, and whatever. But there are no kids. They're just milking federal money every year, right? They're in Minnesota. These people are absolutely not going to let ICE investigate because the whole scam would be exposed. So they have the power to mess with you. In that situation, you need to take it seriously. You need to send in your elite forces to hit them, to confront them. That's the only way to restore order. How can you send a bunch of rookies? They are totally rookies. Their moves were so unprofessional. I watched it totally amateur hour, including that first woman who got beaten. I mean, they beat a woman to death the first time, and that was unprofessional too. You absolutely cannot call that a professional operation. It's just chaotic. I'm just very disappointed. I'm disappointed. I don't think this was a beautiful operation at all. The National Guard wasn't the answer. The Guard is state level. If you call them, it works the opposite way. You can't necessarily use them. The National Guard answers to the state, to the governor. They don't necessarily listen to the feds. Trump is the president federal. He's not the governor. The governor is working against him. The governor of Minnesota and the mayor of Minneapolis are hardcore Trump haters, so they're fighting him. You get it. That's why he should have used the federal army. I'd be lying through my teeth if I said, "Oh, ICE is so professional." Perfection. Bullshit. That's lying against my conscience. Open your damn eyes and watch the video. You call that professional law enforcement, my ass. If you say ICE was professional, oh, so professional, then let me tell you, the Hong Kong police beating students during the protests was professional too. It was a chaotic mess. Fuck. I don't think they were professional at all.